Hello, my name is Mrs Coyle and I'm the head teacher here at Renthorpe Academy, and it's my pleasure today to welcome you to our virtual open morning. Now, every year in November we have an open morning where we invite prospective parents into our school to share with them our school environment, to meet the staff, to chat to the staff and get a real feel for the school. In addition to that, of course, there's lots of information on our school website which we invite parents to look at, and there's a number of key documents on there which will help parents make informed choices for their children's school. Now, choosing a school that's right for your child is a really important decision, and we always suggest that you look at a number of schools so that when you choose the school that's right for your child, you'll know that you've made an informed choice. Renthorpe Academy, just like the other schools in the area, we all use Wakefield admissions as the system for allocating school places. So there's never a position where a head teacher can select or refuse a child. That's something we do not do. We're oversubscribed every year, and we have a number of children on our waiting list who perhaps get the second or third choice school for their child but remain in our waiting list, and there might be a chance for them to move their child after the academic year started. Now, our virtual open morning, as you can see on the website, we're inviting you to have a look at a number of videos and a number of photographs. So the photographs on there are very useful because they show you the kind of activities that the children get up to, and it's proof that the children are certainly active in their learning and happy in their learning, which are two things that are vital to us. There's also a video here on the website which shows the outdoor environment. That's really key for us as well. Getting the children outside and learning in lots of different ways helps make the curriculum a meaningful one and a memorable one. So our outdoor environment, we're very lucky here at Renthorpe Academy. We've got a large and extensive wildlife area. In that wildlife area we've got hides, we've got secret corners, we've got places for children to set up scientific experiments, and we've also got areas for them to really involve themselves in the outdoors, building shelters and such. We have a pond in that wildlife area as well, gated of course for safety, and children can make use of the pond doing pond dipping, again linking with their scientific understanding, bringing science to life. We also have a secret area, we call it our secret garden, and in there children can work in small groups. We have a fire pit in there where they can toast marshmallows or crumpets, and that certainly is an experience that when they get home at the end of that day and you ask them what they've been doing, they actually do remember instead of saying nothing. So that's a really important part of our curriculum. We also have a really extensive allotment area, and children use the allotments to grow all sorts of food types and to harvest those, bring them back in school, and again use their design and technology, cooking, science skills to use the products that they've grown, which clearly is another memorable, active, engaging activity. On the website here you can see that there's a number of pictures for our indoor environment. You can see that we're very active. We enjoy putting on all sorts of presentations and productions for our parents. We love inviting parents into school to take part in what we call Inspire Mornings, where parents can work alongside their children in the school hall, engaging in some of the activities that the children would do. We also invite parents in for the usual parent consultations, but in addition to that we ask that they come in to perhaps see an artistic display that we've put together. We also ask them to come in to watch class assemblies, and we try and set up a class assembly for each class at least 2 or 3 times a year. Parents come in and watch the assembly, and it gives them a flavour of the kind of activities that the children have been engaged in. We do recognise that most of our parents are working parents, but we give you these dates well in advance, and it's usual for most children to have somebody come in and watch them. If it's mum, dad, grandma or granddad, then we appreciate that support from you. Our children love performing. And they perform in all sorts of ways, in sports competitions and tournaments, to being on the stage, singing, dancing. Music is a huge part of what we do, and you'll hear from our music leader who's very passionate about driving those standards and getting the best out of the children. We have a dance teacher in school. She runs street dance and all sorts of dance activities, and the two of those leaders work together to every year produce a musical extravaganza where the children are singing, dancing, playing instruments, and we raise a huge amount of money every year for Wakefield Hospice, which is something, again, that the children love to do. So on the website, little video clips from the staff. The staff are all subject leaders because every subject in our school bears equal importance. Reading, writing and maths are the three areas that children get tested on, but they achieve better in those subjects because they receive a full, rounded, balanced curriculum, which is really, really important. We don't miss out any subjects and favour others. We offer the children a really good rounded curriculum. Now, our curriculum is really important to us, and we've developed this and looked at it again perhaps about 18 months, 2 years ago now, and we had our new curriculum up and running when we were Ofsteded recently, and we were lucky enough to be Ofsteded just before lockdown in March 2020. So our school was inspected using the most rigorous and up-to-date procedures that are in place. We were delighted with the outcomes, and you can see some of the outcomes, of course, by reading the full Ofsted report, which is available on our website. But we've got a few of the little quotes here, and one of the things I just want to draw your attention to is that the Ofsted inspector did say that all teachers are ambitious for their pupils. All teachers really push to get the best out of every single child in school. And the Ofsted inspector said they plan and deliver interesting, stimulating lessons, and that reflects with the aim of our curriculum being memorable. The school does a great deal to develop pupils' character and to prepare them for later life. We see primary school from reception right up to year 6, where they spend 7 years with us, preparing them to go on to their secondary school experience, knowing that they can be good at lots and lots of things. And we like to think that by the time they get to the end of year 6, they are becoming really valuable citizens, they understand their community, and they know what they're good at, and they know what areas they need to improve in, and those things are vital. But basically we want them to be well-rounded, pleasant, kind, articulate human beings is our main aim in our school. Our results are very good. You can have a look at our results as well. Our results have consistently been above the national average at the end of year 6 and Key Stage 1 and in reception 2, and our children get off to a really good start in reception. Now there's a little video on here from our reception teachers, because the way children learn in reception is a little different. They learn through play, and they learn through structured activities, and they have an environment which reflects all the key areas for their learning. When children come into reception, they have a baseline assessment, and it allows the teachers to identify any gaps in learning and to address those immediately. The children that come into Renthorpe Academy are very, very lucky, and that they get off to an excellent start because we have 2 teachers and 2 teaching assistants in our reception area. That means that all children have a better pupil to staff ratio, and at that age, of course, you can imagine that we can put more one-to-one tuition in place where it's needed to either accelerate those really high achievers and to push them to reach their potential, but to also to provide individual support where that's needed too. When children move into year 1 up to year 6, they're taught in topics, and there's 6 half terms across the year. Each half term has a topic, and we change the curriculum driver for that topic across the year. So for example, the curriculum driver might be history, and that's when the history skills are taught as part of a topic, but into that we can interweave some artwork in there, some design and technology, lots of reading and writing, of course, and where appropriate to use your maths understanding to understand chronology and dates. So it's a really well structured curriculum which, as it was looked at in our recent Ofsted in March 2020, is a really high standard, and it's really ambitious for the children involved. Now, the teaching methods we use, we want our curriculum to be active, engaging, meaningful and memorable. And we have a school motto where everyone is valued. When we speak to our children in school, they tell us that they enjoy being here. They tell us that they feel happy, they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel like the whole of Renthorpe Academy behaves as one team to support one another. And we were delighted that during our Ofsted inspection that children told the Ofsted inspectors exactly that. And here are some lovely quotes for the children. One child said, "You get to embrace who you are." Another child told the inspector, "We know who we are, we know we're all different, and we value everyone just the same." And that sums up the ethos and the culture and the environment we want to instill in our children here at Renthorpe. Our teaching methods are to make sure that every child is seen as an individual in the classroom. Now, when the teacher teaches a lesson, they have the support of a teaching assistant to help them deliver the curriculum to the best of their ability. They plan interesting lessons, engaging lessons, and we want to move children on at the pace that's right for them. And the expectation is that all children have a really good understanding and a mastery of end-of-year expectations. We want them to be well prepared for exams that they do in school, particularly at the end of Year 6 when they do the Year 6 SATs. And the last few years, the results are available to look at our children and how well they have done. So I hope you will enjoy looking at the information here in our virtual open morning. It's a little different this year, as most things are during these unusual times of COVID-19. But what you can do, we'd invite you to come and collect one of these packs. And in this pack, you will find lots of documents. So you can come to the school office between the hours of 10 AM to 2:30 in the afternoon. And we ask you to do that, please, so that you avoid parents before and after dropping off and picking up children. But in the pack, you'll find more information. So the reception staff have put a pack together that says "Welcome to Reception." And that's for you to read through so that you can understand the kind of expectations we have, the kind of things that you can do with your children before they get to school, vital skills that we want them to have before they come in September 2021. They've also put a pack together that says "Transition into Reception." This one is key because this time, sadly, the children may not get to meet their teachers before September 21. We certainly hope that they do, because if that transition is still available to us, we'll certainly be doing that. But if not, in here there's some photographs of the teachers so that your children can learn a few names before they get here. And there's some pictures showing them some of the key things they might be worried about. For example, where the toilets are, where they're going to eat their meal in the school hall, and some of the important learning environments that they will come across. There's another booklet here about our school curriculum, and this talks about the kind of curriculum that we offer for your children from reception right up to Year 6 and how important that is to us. It also touches on the kind of responsibilities that we encourage for all children, whether they're in reception or Year 6. So in every class, children are encouraged to take on positions of responsibility, being part of the school council, being classroom monitors for all sorts of things to help look after each other. And as they get older, there are lots more opportunities, particularly in upper key stage 2. So for example, in Year 6, I have a junior leadership team that work with me. And currently I have 8 children in Year 6. They had to apply for that position, they had to be selected for that position. And that team of 8 do a number of things for us across the school. So they write a newspaper for the children in the school to share. They put together assemblies, so they may lead an assembly, for example, on safer use of the internet, or they might lead an assembly on the importance of reading and the pleasure of reading. They also look at well-being. So we've got some super ideas this time from our Year 6 junior leadership team, in that they've got some ideas of a thoughtful tree where you put various ideas onto the tree for other children to share. We have a kindness jar, so acts of kindness get recognised. These ideas are far more important to the children because they've come from the children, and it's by including the children in these important decisions that we get that sense of team in our school. There's also a document here about our wider curriculum offer. Now, again, this is so strong at our school, and it's a real key part in that I've spoken to you about our school curriculum, but the wider curriculum is the additional things that the children can do. Tend to be after school, so all of our staff lead after school clubs, which of course are free for the children to take part in, and we know what the children enjoy because they tell us, and the teachers have their own passions and interests, and so they offer clubs across the year. So for example, it might be chess club, it might be arts and crafts, it might be choir, it might be samba, it might be HIT training, it might be netball, it might be football, a whole host of clubs on offer, and this document here lists them all. And then lastly, we've got a page here grouping together our results. So the results compare our school with the national average. The results, you can see the results that we've achieved at the end of reception, Year 1 phonics tests, Key Stage 1 tests, and Key Stage 2 tests. And that is a very admirable and very good set of results, which we're all very, very proud of. So that's the information in the pack, which you can collect from school after the virtual open morning date. If you're in any doubt of when to collect things, or if you're unsure about getting to school on those times, give the school office a call. All the contact information is here on our school website. They'd be delighted to arrange something different for you. If you have any further questions after you've looked at all the information, and if there's anything I can do to help, there's a video on our website from Mrs. Sanders, who's our deputy head teacher, and she's also our SENDCO. So if you have concerns about your children and they may have some special educational needs requirements, and you might want a further discussion with Mrs. Sanders before perhaps choosing the school that's right for your child, then you could give us a call and we could arrange for you to do that. So thank you for listening to this video. It feels so unusual talking to you in this way, but we really do hope that we get the chance to meet with you in the new year, so that your children can come into school and get to see the environment that you've chosen for their children. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.